Hello, welcome to the queue. Is Operation Too Soon? It is Germany, turn 4. Yeah, we got to move that marker. Turn 4. And we have rolled for tech. Now, my partner, Commander Ironsides, needed to do his turn earlier today as he has to, I think he's going somewhere, so he'll be out of touch here for the next day or two. But either way, so he did the tech roll. So you'll see that on the Japan turn, but he did say that I did get mine. And it's active, and it is heavy bombers. So we'll be using that this turn. I believe he said Japan missed. I don't know how many uh, dollars he spent to roll that tech, but I think Japan missed. So there is one other problem with Japan on a battle, and I am to roll this dice, which is a 4, and if it gets a hit, it means something, and it does. So I didn't watch the Japanese turn because I didn't want to be influenced. I don't know how I would, but you never know. But I think that means, if I'm reading the text right, that there is an infantry and a fighter left. So my assumption is Japan was unable to take that territory. All right, onward with our purchase. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Russia's tech is active, but I don't know about these other two. So they haven't claimed theirs yet. The purchase here, we spent $5 on our tech roll, so we were successful. Now that makes sense why they said Russia was going to spend 0. I didn't quite understand what they were talking about. They already had it. That's funny. It just hit me. That's what happens when you're reading text at work about the game. You're not fully aware of what's going on. So anyway, my dollars were 54. 5 on tech. We got a destroyer, 2 artillery, 1 infantry, plus 4 more infantry, and 3 armor. That's your $54. Let's look at some combat. I think we'll start here in the ocean. We're going to send a destroyer, 1, 2, 3. This sub will come from being unsubmerged and participate in the battle. And for good measure, we're going to send a tactical here out of Western Germany. 1, 2, 3. We'll have 2 left. That ought to get the sub done. All right. Next battle. We've got our stack here in Poland. We have 1 armor that will blitz through Western Ukraine into just regular Ukraine. We're going to trade out this green chip because we're going to send 2 infantry as well. So that means 2 infantry will go into Ukraine. 2 infantry will stay in Bessarabia. All right, so that's those battles. This battle here will be a walk-on. It'll be 4, 5, 8 infantry from Vyborg and Karelia and 1 artillery into Leningrad. And the next battle, we're going to use our Blitzkrieg move. Just to try and get, maybe now that I think about it, I wonder if I'm going to do that. I think I'm not. I think I'm not going to use the Blitzkrieg move. So let's take those 2 markers off. That means I really don't need that tank to blitz into Ukraine. Yeah, we do. We do. We need that tank to blitz into Ukraine. All right. So that's how that's going to look. We're going to take that guy there. And that is one of these tacticals here from Western Germany. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have a movement left. We've got 2 infantry coming into, what is that? Belarus. All right, so that is a walk-on, 2 rolling battles, 1 naval battle. The last here is this bomber here. Well, I guess we got more bombing, don't we? This bomber from Elomain, 1, 2, 3. We're going to bomb the factory. This bomber, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bomb this factory. This bomber, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bomb this factory. And this bomber will just move 2 guys in non-com, I believe. Or even do I want to do that? I think because I can rail 5. Where else would I use that bomber, though? Yeah, we're good. We'll just go with that. I'll use that to do non-com. All right. So let's roll this one first. I don't want to face AA first. So we'll be attacking the sub. We'll have a 3 and 2 2s. Doesn't matter what the order is here. Of course I get 3 hits. The Russian sub defends at a 1. And there's nothing there. Okay, so let's get that sub out of the way. Dead pile. I'll put it down there with those. All right, next one over will be here in Belarus. We've got a tactical and 2 infantry by themselves. And we get a hit. And the lone Russian defending misses. All right, so that Russian will be gone. All right, next one down will be in Ukraine. And we've got a 3 and 2 1s. And that's where I was thinking of maybe using that other bomber. We got our hits. And we got a Russian defender at a 2, which misses. So far so good. Now we're going to get to the sketchy parts. We've got 3 factories getting bombed. So let's start down there with the British factory in Iraq. Here's the anti-aircraft roll. You got to be kidding me. All right. Anti-aircraft, bomber down. That sucks. All right, next factory over, which is in Bryansk. All right, let's roll this dice. There's a miss. So we get 2 dice. Somewhere is a numbered dice. I can use that Japanese one. All right, so here's the damage. 5. So we have 5 damage on that factory. Next factory over. Anti-aircraft misses. So we got 2 bar dice. Let's use that Russian dice and that US dice. And we get 7 damage. And I have heavy bombers, so the damage is greater. For, let's see here, for miners I can do up to 15. So 7 and 5 is perfectly acceptable for the 2 Russian factories. Britain shoots me down. All right. So that's the end of the combat. So let's count up. We have from Russia 2, 3, 5, 8. So that takes us up to 53, which activates Argentina. I'll have to put, I didn't put those units out. I was going to put them out. I didn't set them anywhere. I'll have to get those and set those out later. All right, so Russia does go down 8, though. That's important. Down to 25. All right. So now let's land these bombers. Both of them will land here in eastern Poland, as they have 2 left. This tactical has 1 left. He'll land here in eastern Poland as well. This tactical here in 126 will land in Norway. All right, so this bomber it's already landed. All right, so from El Alamein, 4 infantry will advance into Egypt along with a fighter. All right, what do I have left? I have this fighter in Rome. I haven't decided if I'm going north or south yet. We'll see what happens here. All right, so 3 armor here. These 3 infantry in Baltic states will go onto the card in eastern Poland. All right, the anti-aircraft gun in Baltic states will come up here to Leningrad. So I got 3 tanks that I think will just go into the card here in Poland, eastern Poland. And that's probably where most of those other infantry are going as well. All right, so I can rail 4. From Western Germany, 1, 2, 3, into Poland. And I probably need to chip that out a little better. All right, so I've got 2 that I can fly with this bomber. I can go to Poland, or I could come down here to Bessarabia. That's what I think I'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the bomber will land there. It'll drop its 2 guys off in Bessarabia. These 4 planes will remain. This anti-aircraft from France or Paris will come up. All right, so this sub from 110 will come over to 105. That fighter, what to do, what to do. I don't think I'll get to use him much down there. So I think we'll bring him back up here to Western Germany from Rome, because there's a greater chance there'll be some action over here shortly. All right, so I think, and I'll get some damage markers out on those factories. Put the factories on the dice, sort of. Try to, anyway. I think we all know what they're... All right. So, let's see. Yep. I don't see any other markers. I don't see any other units to move. Our ships are going to remain steady. All right, let's place our units. The destroyer here comes into 113. All right, so we have an artillery, infantry, and 3 tanks. Or do we want to do 2 tanks? 2 tanks and an artillery. So 2 artillery, 2 tanks, 1 infantry into Berlin. And into Western Germany will be 4 infantry and the other tank. All right. I think that is what we want. Let's clear out our cash. We spent it all. We no longer have a convoy issue, so we'll take that off. Oh, there's another dice I could roll. All right, so I believe we've got this one now for bonuses. All right, so let's count up our cash, and then we'll do a recap. 53. We don't get to count Argentina till next turn. So let's put, there's 25, 53. There's 53. That's our income. And we have 5, 10, 15. All right, so that will be 53, 63, 68 for next turn, and that is some good dough. And let's do a recap. If you don't want to hang around, no big deal. It really only applies to the guys playing the game. 126, we have a sub and a destroyer. 112, a sub. 105, a sub. 113, destroyer, cruiser, battleship, transport. Norway, 3 infantry, 1 tactical. In Leningrad, we have an anti-aircraft and artillery. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 infantry. Belarus, 2 infantry. I'll do that one last. Ukraine, infantry, 2 infantry and tank. Bessarabia, anti-aircraft gun, artillery, 4 infantry. In Berlin, 2 artillery, 2 tanks, 1 infantry. Western Germany, 2 anti-aircraft guns, 1 tank, 3 fighters, 2 tacticals, and 4 infantry. Paris, 2 infantry, 1 artillery. And down in El Alamein, we've got 4 infantry and a fighter. And Gibraltar, we still have the fighter and tactical. And that's it. All right. Oh, damage on Smolensk, 7. Damage on Bryansk, 5. So if we can't kill Russian units, we'll take money off of them that way. All right. Next up, well, Japan's already gone, and you know there was a disaster here. They also didn't get their tech, so when I'm done uploading this one, I'm going to watch the Japan turn and see how that turned out. And then upcoming will be the Allies' turn. See what they do.